Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing, high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Hello, I'm Frost. I'm here for Legend Seeker. I'm working on lore for Legend Seeker and the world of Erudia, specifically the Godlands, which you can see in the little map off to the right, left. My right, your left? That other corner. I'm having some coffee. And yeah, I'm going to be rewriting some text in the Magic in the Godlands section to kind of bring it all into alignment. There's a few little bits and pieces that I'm kind of switching around just to make sure the grammar works right. But I have to take notes for myself because surgically picking something like this apart without screwing it up, you gotta be very careful. I gotta put your brain back together the right way. Let's see. All right, so this is use of magic, setting tower, wizard deposit, secret grand magic. Okay, so lots of time. All right, yeah, I'll have to rewrite this section, but I really want to hit these bigger pieces here, these bigger sections, and kind of hit some of those bits and pieces. The pieces. I went outside on the porch a little bit ago to get some fresh air before I did this. Wandered around, and a couple of those girl cats who come visit or hanging out on the porch, just like, hey, how you doing? And my guy, Benji, he's out there eating some food, and he does not appreciate the visitors all that much. He kind of doesn't like them. So he's a little hesitant around them, and he hisses at them, but he's pleasant. So I walk past them, and he's eating, and I reach down and I pet him, and he's like, turns around, looks at me, and goes, like, please, Father, remove the interlopers. So what I did was I took the food and I moved it over near me on the couch so he could hop up there and eat. And he hopped up there and he ate, and he's just like, And immediately after that, he comes over and he starts just making biscuits on my lap, and he's like looking up at me like, this is how it's supposed to be. And I was like, this is great. And then immediately one of the calicos jumps up and she's like, what's going on up here? And he's like, it runs off into the woods. I'm like, great. So last I saw him, he was in the tree opposite the driveway, just sitting up there, like kind of laying there like a Salvador Dali clock with his arm. He loves hanging his arm down, just like looking at the birds. He's such a dork. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Magic in the Godlands. That's just fun cat stuff. Fun cat stuff. Oop, I got a message here. What is this? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I'll read that later. That is a very long message. It was a small message with a big message below it. So, an iceberg. I love those. Some people call them threads. I call them iceberg messages. because they're going to rip my hull open. And I don't know if there's a lot of them under the water or something. All right, let's see here. In the Godlands and Erudia at large, the source of magic. I'll say the source of all magic. An eternal entity, an ethereal river, a primeval power older than the gods themselves that flows through the realms. Its potential, filled with all beings from the primal font, wizards, warlocks, sorcerers, clerics, and others. Now, I'm going to make sure of something here. Because I'm nothing if not thorough. Not thorough, but thorough. Does that make sense? Get me? Where is my... Boy, I wish I could change this to not be so bright. So bright. All right, we've got... I wonder if I should actually capitalize these since they're classes. We'll go with that. All right, I'm just making sure of something here with these classes. We've got clerics, we've got druids, we got Saren monks, we got paladins, we got a warlock, a witch, and a wizard. Okay, and the other classes do have some powers, and they can, some of them can draw on the mana in some spots, but I'm just trying to make them correct because there are no such things as sorcerers. It is going well, Jensen. I had a morning of not completely meetings and an afternoon of only a few meetings today. So I got a whole bunch of work done and I felt very good about it. Which is good. Yay. How about with you? Have you made any delectable pastries lately? Wolf being a pain, he wants snuggles, but also doesn't want snuggles. I was at a meeting this morning, and Calvino came in, and he was all wet, and he was really wanted to snuggle and was having a great time snuggling on my lap, but also didn't want to let my hand go, and kept reaching up and grabbing it from the mouse. So he wanted to snuggle, but he also wanted to just brutalize my hand and just rip it apart and play with it. So he wasn't on my lap for more than a half an hour before I finally said, "Hey, buddy, guess what? You get to go outside." Somebody's playing with something up there. Okay, so can change this off. This is not going to be... Is that not showing up as an edit box anymore? It's weird. And why don't I have that stuff up here? Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. I wonder if I stretch this out, is this going to mess? I'm going to compact it a little bit, but at least I'll see the tool again. None. There we go. Do not like Google Docs, sir. Today's my day off and tomorrow as well. First 2 days in a row in over a month. Woo! Well, hopefully then you didn't do any baking of any sort. Or you got to do the baking you wanted to do. Something like that. Okay, so these need to all be rewritten. So we will highlight this with some lovely color like that. That is a really horrible color. I want to see what color that is. I'm going to turn off my color thing. It's some weird color. All right, let's do this. I want to do something here quickly and see. Okay, it's the fourth one down, second. Okay, fourth column, second row down. Because this is some weird solarized, posterized, burn your eyes outerized thing. Bam, we'll do that. Perfect. Ha ha! Oh no, Legend Seeker chat. You can hop in voice. It means I'm going to have to turn stuff on. This is going to be amazing. Let's see. We may have a guest coming in here, folks. We may have a guest coming in here. If I can... Okay. And I'm hoping that I get it set up properly so we can actually, hear. If I can remember where the VC is at. That's why I can't find it, Chris Ann. Nice. That is funny. Amusing funny. Oh, okay. That'll work. Let's go find it. Perfect. Maybe.
Hello.
Hi. Are you driving?
No.
Oh, okay, perfect. Uh-huh. We hear Chris Ant. Can you guys hear him, by the way? I don't know if they can hear you or not. Say something else. Say something non-Muppety.
Something non-Muppety.
It doesn't seem like it's actually catching it here. Why would it not be catching my desktop audio? Why wouldn't it be actually catching that? It's literally on my desktop. Why?
Don't know.
This is a great question. Let's see what it's grabbing here. ABK. Okay, which output is it supposed to be grabbing here? Say something again so I can actually look up my voice meter and see if you show up here.
La 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 la.
That's a lot. That's many. Well, I see it in here as the thing that I have selected, but of course it's not showing up. Let's try this one. Oh, I hate how they don't show them the same in OBS. All right, let's try this one. All right. Are you still talking there? Damn it. It's so annoying that they don't show you because I'm trying to, there's like 6,000 different voice meter channels and I'm trying to find out which one is it. Okay. Now try it again. There we go. Now, did you guys hear him la la laing?
I hope not.
He sounds far away and in the bathroom. Well then.
I'm not in the bathroom, so there is that.
Yay?
Hello, chat.
Is that better? I tried to pick him into yellow.
Let me know if there's a lot of static background or anything. I can mute between talking.
I mean, there's some hissing, but it's not horrible. Better, but echoing. All right, I think I can fix the echo. Try something now, Erudia.
Hello. I'm Erudia. I am not echoing because I command it.
Perfect. Okay, good. Figured it out. Look at that. On-site IT without IT. So yeah, I was bugging you about the afterlife stuff because I thought, oh, I'll just throw something in here, and then I read it and I'm like, I got to make sure of a couple things.
It has been a while since I've touched that. So it's possible some of that could be. It's probably good to double check, yeah. Because I know we've changed a lot of things over time.
Definitely.
But did you see my answer there?
Yes. I was, and that, like you said, that's where they get sorted. So that will be a good way to put it in here. Oops.
Yeah. So it's kind of that's where the Sanctum of Souls is, where they stand before Mordecai and be judged.
Okay. So the Nether Realms is the domain of Mordecai. It is his lacunae. So mortal beings who die generally pass on to the afterlife and dwell forevermore in one of the three regions. So is what I'm writing. But I'm going to mention that they are sorted. They arrive in the Sanctum of Souls and they're sorted. So, I've got to say, we could have a whole, like, not quite Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, but kind of a weird moment where you and your mortal enemy impale each other on spears and swords and you're dying. And then suddenly you both pop in and you're looking at each other like, and he was like, I'm going to sort you guys in a minute. Just stop it. Stop it. You're going there. You're going there.
Yeah. And then one of you gets the final victory because one of you will get sorted probably to a good place and one of you to a not so good place. And, well, or maybe you'll both be sorted to a not good place.
If you both get
you'll
sorted,
both wish that you'd take better lives.
There's a mistake. Can I talk to? I cannot talk to before you do this. Where's the appeals desk?
Yeah, Infernus is not the place you want to go.
I wouldn't think so. So you have Celestium for the worthy, Tranquillum for the peaceful, and Infernus for the wicked. So Celestium is basically the good heaven. Tranquillum is for people who are more middle of the road, neutral-ish. Maybe not too good.
Yeah,
maybe not too bad.
It's kind of the middle income family afterlife. Like, it's peaceful. We don't have war. I'm happy. I have an afterlife where I'm not slaving away for devils and having my soul borrowed to be shoved into sanctified necromantic bodies for paladins. So this is pretty good. But then there's Celestium, which is like where the most honored and revered and worthy of heroes go, and you become like a champion immortal and things like that. So Celestium's like that elite top 1%, like a Paragon kind of, like a Paragon type.
Okay. Nice. Do you think, since we have the Psychopomp in the world, we have Alphase, the End Mother, so she is technically his Psychopomp. Do you think in each one of these three realms, as opposed to Sanctum of Souls, because that's his place where he sorts, do you think there should be a kind of a manager? A baron, a king, a creature that oversees them for him?
I think so. I mean, we already know that Adretus is the archdevil of Infernus. He's the head honcho there. Yeah, I think it would make sense for each of those places to kind of have their current leadership.
Okay. Good. All right, that works. Nice. I was enjoying reading the stuff that you and Moss were working on while I was in the middle of other stuff. I was like, ooh, more messages. Hashing all the monster stuff out.
Oh yeah. He's I mean, coincidentally, he's working in that area on the creatures right now. So yeah,
it'll be perfect. Yeah, I was starting on this. I was also working on rewording a few of the things that I had done in the magic section because I want to cover, the stub-ins, the basics for the towers and what an apostate is to people. All of those fun things, just to make sure they're actually covered properly.
Yeah, see, I got to sit down and finish off the towers on the class. Cameron, did you give me a breakdown of the rest of the towers?
I believe so, yeah. I think I have them all in this document too. I'd have to go back up and look at them.
Yeah, I can do it now. If it's there, I'll look for it. But I'm currently finishing up a few of the talent trees for the paladin and the cleric.
Oh, nice.
And then my next goal is to finish up the wizard by getting those schools on there, or those towers, excuse me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got, let's see, we have Tower of Insight, Tower of Dust, Tower of the Black Moon. I lost one of them here, the Tower of the Phoenix. Yeah, it looks like I've got them all in here.
Perfect.
I like it. I lost my page. I clicked on the wrong button. Easy to find. One of the things that was asked the other day, and I was gonna reiterate this to you, is are you, when you're writing up the gear, I should go look in the book actually to see, are you doing things like adamantium and like, I'm assuming most weapons are made of steel, or unless they're like some kind of special material, but adamantium might be there, because I was going to write up some special metals that the dwarves have made.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I haven't written any of that out yet, but yeah, there should be things like adamantium or cold iron or star metal or things like that that could be that could have special properties to it.
Okay.
And we have to figure out, what those properties would be and who it matters to, Silvered, I guess, would be another one. Obviously, lycanthropes, not too fond of the silver. But yeah, we should definitely have some materials in there.
Okay, cool. Because I know people are gonna be clamoring for that, because there's always a group of people that want to make their own stuff, and but also want special metals and the cool lore of the world and blah 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 blah. All that stuff for those players. Oh,
for those thinky players.
Those guys. Oh my gosh, man. I was kind of surprised. I was talking with some friends of mine about role-playing games and characters and this and that, and we talked about, hey, we want to start a new campaign in like a month or so, maybe less, when we get this other one done. One of my friends is like, oh, I've got an idea for a character, and we're like, we don't even know what we're doing yet. He's like, I've already got like, and he has a D&D Beyond subscription. He has like 145 characters made. It's just what he does. He just makes characters. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, some level like 20. That. Well, and the problem is, and sometimes they want to drop that character because they're like, I have a better idea for a character that I like more. Can I play that one instead? Oh, man.
Yeah, my boss's boss at work made a terrible mistake.
Hmm?
He was trying to do something like to, I don't know, I guess be more relatable or friendly to the team or whatever. So in our team's chat, he put up a poll and said, or he put up a post and said, hey guys, I'm going to be playing a new D&D campaign, and I want you guys to help me pick the new name for my character.
Oh God.
And he left it open-ended. it was not a list of options.
Oh no.
He very quickly deleted that post.
Oh my
I ended up putting up a poll of options afterwards, but I was like, come on, man. That's a rookie mistake right there.
Fighter face. Yeah. Oh, Gino. His mistake was hiring Erudia. Wow.
Wow.
Gino. My goodness. So did he actually put up a post with selections this second time?
Yeah, he replaced it. They were all whatever. It's kind of like none of them have any relevance to us, and there's no other context than the name, so it's like, okay. But I can't remember what the names were. I'd have to look, but they were pretty just like, one was like Markev the Enjoyer in quotations, and something else. And I was like, I mean, just names. Nobody really knows. You're basically just voting on the sound of it, I guess.
Yeah, unless he put something really suggestive or weird in there, then pretty much it's just, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, anything
if it had been
innocent
more of
can
a,
be bad too.
but if he had put like a description, like Markev the Enjoyer is a warrior rogue who was a interrogator for the blah 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 army, but then changed his life, something like that, to give it some context, it would have been interesting. But I don't know. It was kind of a pointless poll, I felt like, in the end.
Well, trying to be relatable. Come on. How do I get these kids to like me? Gino says, enjoyer of what? Exactly. Good question.
Exactly.
Dave, I think be open to allow friends to pick species in class. Maybe.
The suggested names were, some of them were really dumb. They were really dumb. I was like, come on, man. You had to expect a Bodie McBoatface type situation. What were we thinking?
Exactly. Were they at least work appropriate for the most part?
Yeah, there was nothing. Okay, it's my boss's boss, so nobody put anything that was like raunchy. But
okay.
There was one that was like, God, I can't remember it exactly now because he deleted the whole thing, but it was like, I'm gonna give you a raise or something like that.
Wow. Give you a raise. Wait a minute.
I can't remember exactly how he phonetically broke that out into a name, but it was essentially, yeah, I'm gonna give you a raise.
Wow. Wow. Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen there, but
his name is Yuri. Yuri fired. Wait.
Oh no.
Erudia is foaming at the mouth, thinking, how can I get my boss to join one of my campaigns so I can boss him around?
No, the last thing I would do is I don't let them know what I do at all.
It's probably
smart. I don't mention that I have a channel. I don't mention that I'm writing a book. I don't do anything because I don't trust any of these mofos.
This is as it should be. I don't even trust people in our chat right now, like Dave. He's shifty-eyed. Oh, thanks,
I work
Dave.
for a pretty big entity. I won't say what entity, but it's a big one, and they have some very strong DEI practices. So last thing I need is them finding one of my streams and watching the intro. That is the just the banter round before we even get to the game would probably be enough to end my career. So no, thank you.
Some people, they say words. Yeeks. Like I said, back to Dave right there. Or Chrysanth's giving us a smiley face. Yeah, it's pretty much you, Chrysanth. Just saying. I do have a shifty eye. It is my left one. Well, and Chrysanth has her left ear of death. So. Magnus. Yes, oof. Oof indeed. There was something else that you had been talking about when you were, was it something you said in Crimson? I'm trying to remember because it was something that triggered me thinking about a question that people often ask when they're making characters and stuff. But I can't remember what it was now. I thought it had something to do with was it with the pacifist kind of character? I don't remember. It was something, I think it had to do with Elodie or something, because I've had players in the past play a relatively pacifist character, like a healer. They try not to get their hands dirty. And I think, it was surrounding the her you having her swear. I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
because I had in a campaign a person who was playing a pacifist, and the person got enraged and upset at people doing horrible things and actually said some really, mean things and like used some real world swears because they didn't have any fantasy ones. And a person was arguing to the DM over and over that person shouldn't get any experience until they atone for breaking their rules by saying mean words, because that was an aggressive thing to do. And the DM's just like, it's just words. It's not actual violence. The person is a pacifist in violence. Not, they can say whatever they want. They're like, oh, it just was argued to death for like months before one of the people finally left the group. I was like, wow. It's taking it a bit far.
It doesn't make sense anyways, unless it's like unless there is a vow type reason, like to your god or something.
Yeah.
There's no reason to worry about. I mean, because characters and people and individuals can be pushed to the point of breaking, no matter how strong their belief system is. So they can have weak moments.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
People make mistakes. They have weakness, like you said. They get hot under the collar. They say things. And if you're not going to the realm of deciding, I'm tired of this today, I am a pacifist, but I'm going to skewer these dudes because I'm upset, and looking at your hands and going, ooh, oops.
Yeah, and also it could be a bit of a heel turn too, right? Like,
yeah,
maybe that's a character defining moment where you stop believing in pacifism. Maybe you've tried and then something happened as a result of your pacifism, and you had a whole different, I don't know, I can't see why that would be a you need to deny them experience type thing. That's wild.
It's that age old thing where if somebody takes a moral stance, that the person who doesn't agree with it has to try and hold them to that moral stance to the umpteenth degree, because that way they can get something over on them. It's that, you see it in normal everyday life, and this is technically normal everyday life. So it was really kind of what the guy was on about. He
Got it.
He was a bit of a murder hobo. I'm just saying.
Now, I don't know any murder hobos. I don't have any of those at any of my parties.
Nope. And this guy didn't get a new spell. This was when we were playing Rollmaster, and there was one of the spell compendiums had chaos magic you could get. So of course this guy went for chaos magic. And his first use of it was, we were in a camp on a hill, and these spells specify that chaos magic flows down hills and tries to find the lowest place to settle. And so he cast it above a village. And it rolled down the hills and lasted, because he kept the spell going until it settled in the village and basically destroyed the village, because he wanted to see what it would do. Everyone's looking at him like, you're the most evil person that we've ever met. We're going to have to kill you. And then he's like, well, I'm just experimenting. It's not my fault their village was there. Like, oh, okay. He was a very evil person.
Right. I was just shooting the nuke at a random spot. It's not my fault there was a village there.
Yep. But in Rollmaster, there really wasn't any good and evil alignments and all that stuff. But people started to just treat him very differently, because everyone's like, yeah, we know what you did. Oh, we know what you did, dude. Yes, Dave. Somebody needs to join your campaign.
I guess I can't say much. I presided over a party that literally committed genocide on a whole town. So
I don't have what? Is there a town there? I don't remember. I think the ice covered it.
Oh yeah. Dugan's never heard of it.
Yeah, 9 towns. 7 towns? I don't remember what it ended up being.
Yeah, definitely 9 towns. That's what it was. Oh my god.
It's frightening stuff. But hey, they survived-ish to see the end of their exploits in a very strange way. So I'm going to say that from my standpoint, I was watching the end of the campaign. I was like, well, that's one way to do things. Right? Right. Man. So what you said you were working on the section for, or you were talking about the towers. What is it what is your big push right now? What are you working on? I mean, right now you're driving and paying attention to the road, of course, but when you're not driving.
Yeah, definitely paying attention to the road. So yeah, the main two things I'm working on as far as the classes are the paladin, a little bit of cleric, and the towers for the wizard. Because the wizard talent trees are essentially done. So the main thing is just it's kind of like you have an origin story at the top of your class creation for the wizard. Which tower did you come from? So just setting those up. What does each tower give you as like a lifelong benefit for having studied there? So that's on the wizard end. That's what I'm working on there. And then for the paladin and cleric, there's a few gods whose talent trees I have not completed. And I've just been kind of like, for example, the one I just finished up was Orin. And specifically, I was working on the paladin tree and trying to, because I've been kind of treating the cleric as like the gospel spreader and miracle worker of a god, whereas the paladin's the sword of a god. And I'm like, so what does the sword of the god of knowledge look like? And so that was an interesting challenge. I ended up, I think I did some pretty interesting things with it.
Nice.
For example, one of the talents he has lets him use his intelligence score modifier instead of dexterity for his reflex defense. So he's more of a strategist and a intellect fighter than somebody who's skilled of reflex.
Yeah.
And the ability to, when an enemy fails at something, recognize that weakness and then pass on that insight to an ally.
That sounds
or
like
kind of
fun.
take advantage of it.
Right. Oh, that's kind of, I like that idea. It's always fun to play an intelligent warrior.
Yeah, so very much, and then like one of his final talents is if he's not in combat, he can take 10 minutes to sort of strategize with his crew, and then he gives each of the crew a strategy token, and then they can in battle use that strategy token to get one of 4 possible traits. Kind of like they strategize before the whole thing, and because of that, in the fight, they're going to have some benefits.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you
So that's what I was working on with him.
You gonna add those to the tabletop thing? Add a version of Benny's. It's a strategy token, so we can throw them at each other. Spend them.
I wish. The problem is we have a lot of mechanics in that sense, and I just that'd be way too many things being thrown around. But it would be pretty cool.
Well, you're right now. I see you in there saying things like, "What's going on? There's just dice and tokens flying everywhere. Adding more tokens, yeah,
flying all over the place.
Might not be a good idea.
Like there's another goddess Calypsis, and one of her mechanics is when her effects work on somebody, you put a rot counter on them or token, or they get the rot status. And that rot status can go up, and every time it does, their fortitude defense goes down by 1, and they get -1 to their attack rolls. So they can accumulate this rot, and then slowly over the combat become less and less effective. So kind of cool things like that. That I'm just trying to really, I want the clerics and the paladins to really feel like whatever it is they're doing matches and is in service of the philosophies of their actual god, not just some generic like, oh, I'm a life domain or I'm a war domain. I think it should be more personal than that to the gods that they're serving.
Yeah. Well, like I was mentioning to people before, it feels less like you're picking off a menu and going, I want 2 from column A, 2 from column B, like this appetizer and this, because this is what I read online that is the optimal build for blah. Like, oh, just have fun with your character, people.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. And then I did run into a design challenge with the Paladin that I'm reworking and trying to figure out how I want to do it. But so the Paladin does have spells, but the Paladin doesn't use the traditional spell system that we use in this game.
Okay.
Instead, they have known powers, but they cast them with momentum. So it's a martial fighter that spends its momentum to access a divine power. So as he's doing those things that honor the tenets of his god, and he earns momentum in the fight, then he can use that divine power he's been given.
Okay.
But what I ran into is momentum's only in combat, and so I realized, wait, shit, how do they use their spells outside of combat?
Right.
So I think right now what I've settled on, and I'm going to play test, is the idea that outside of combat they can cast any spell, is kind of like a ritual or a prayer. If they take like 10 minutes to cast it, then they can do that. But it takes a little bit of prayer and meditation, and then they're able to cast their spell out. But if they want to access it quickly, then that's in combat and honoring the tenets of their god or whatever.
Right. That makes sense. So did they not use the mana stream at all then?
They do. They do. They still have access to mana tap. You still use mana tap to cast your spell. It's just not the they're not using spell memory, essentially, like the other classes are, where you're picking copies of spells and choosing how many you want in spell memory. Basically, as you level up, some of your talents literally just give you divine gifts, which are spells that your god allows.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you take the new spells edge, you can pick any spell off the generic paladin list, also as a divine gift. And you only ever take one copy of any spell, and then you spend your momentum to cast it. And it doesn't like leave your spell memory in the same way. As long as you got the momentum to do it, you can cast it. So.
Okay, got it. Are you getting hailed on right now?
Yeah, I'm in traffic, and then of course it decides to rain right now.
Okay, yeah, because we're hearing clumps and clanks. I'm like, is he getting? It sounds like you're. Quite honestly, it sounds like you're underneath like the hull of a fiberglass boat, and you're getting pelted by hail.
Oh no, it's just rain. It's regular rain.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that loud, but I'll mute between.
I can hear, but it might just be me. Dave says, is there a distinction between mana stream and divine magic, or does divine action yield mana stream?
So all magic is sourced from the mana stream. The divine aspect just means that you're getting it through your god, and they're kind of acting as your source. So wizards, they have a latent ability to just access the mana stream themselves, and they use study to learn how to control that, because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to have that access. Not just in the sense of what you can do to others, but it's dangerous for you personally. And that's why these towers exist. Whereas a warlock or a witch, they have a patron, or the clerics or paladins, they have a god that gives them. It's sort of like a VPN kind of, right? They're giving them access to the stream through them.
Right.
You don't actually have a latent ability yourself.
Makes sense. Which is why you don't mix the two magic sources. You're not going to be a witch paladin.
Correct.
That makes sense. Cool. I like it. Let's see. Another question. So, paladin would necessary tap into the mana stream. Well, the paladin, I mean, it's the mana stream. They're still tapping into it, but they're using their god as their focus. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no magic.
Yeah, it still ends up working the same mechanically. You still have to roll for the spell to get the result and all that stuff. You critically fail, you'll still get corruption. All that's still true. It's just if your god abandons you, right? If you break your oaths, you no longer have access to the mana stream. You didn't have that ability yourself.
Right. And so all your abilities that would normally use the god to go through, you have momentum to fight with, but you wouldn't have access to any of those abilities.
Correct.
So be nice to your god. Your god will be nice to you. Or maybe rather, listen to your god or your goddess. Listen to them. Do what they expect you to do. Don't screw around. Don't be an oathbreaker. Unless you want to go on a path of redemption.
Man, why is there so much traffic today? What the hell is going on?
They're like a sale at Costco or something?
I don't know. I'm going to be over an hour late to work almost. I don't see any reason for it. Like, I'm trying to look ahead on Google Maps. I don't see any crashes reported or anything. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Percent says it's almost Memorial Day. Well, I suppose maybe people are doing something. I don't know. Free Memorial Day traffic. Get out and get early. Wait a second. Oh, well. As long as you're being safe on the road, that's all that matters, right?
I mean, I'm going a whopping 4 miles per hour, so if I get an accident at 4 miles per hour, I'm doing something wrong.
It's going to be an Austin Powers accident. Oh, the beach traffic's going to suck, Crescent. Yeah, I bet it is. Come on, Crescent. We know you go out crabbing on boats on Memorial Day. That's all you're going to do, right? No, maybe. Oh, heck no. I ain't go near all them pennies. What? Do it. Rudai sounds less froggy today. Yeah,
I never sound froggy in the first place.
Wah, wah. I wasn't sure if she was saying something about your voice or if she was making a Muppet joke. I wasn't really sure here.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. I'm reading through some more of this stuff, here and there that I wrote. I'm like, oh, I want to rewrite that section. Oh, I want to rewrite that little section. Oh, that paragraph needs to be rewritten. That's why I go through this so many times. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I was going back and rereading some of like the original stuff I wrote, and I'm like, man, I've evolved a lot since I wrote this. I'm probably gonna change this up too.
Well, I've got some people at work who do lots of writing with AI because they also use it to parse emails to figure out what people are saying. And I've had some of them typing stuff up in the notes while we're out watching their screen. And it is painful to watch them typing because they don't use capital letters. They don't remember how to spell things and they have to retype things or let the autocorrect do it. It's like, oh no, this hurts my brain. They're just learning no skills. They're just atrophying. It's bad. Don't get me started on it. There was a person online who made $9,000 last month or something like this. They supposedly did writing AI books or just having AI write books and publishing them online, and people were buying them and they were making money. Okay.
can that really be true? I feel like that's not true.
I'm trying to
I feel like
research
they're-
it, and I'm like, either they've got some kind of a scheme going where these books are bought by like publishers or not publishers, but some kind of a weird house that's like manufacturing and laundering money or something. I'm like, this can't be right. I don't get it. Chrysanthus
That seems kind of
Frost,
crazy.
you're talking to someone who doesn't use capital letters. Well, it's how I know when Erudia is talking to me from his computer versus his phone. Wow.
Wow.
You've been called out.
Wow. Yeah, it's really annoying. She'll be like, "You're not at your computer right now, are you?" 'Cause it'll be like 2 minutes of stream time, and I go upstairs to get like coffee, and she'll be like, "Really? You want to make coffee now?"
I like it.
I'm like, "Quit looking at my letters, woman."
Pattern recognition, it's a thing. Sassy says, I would hurt your brain. I could never type and spell. Everything hurts my brain. I've just learned as a Gen X person to just kind of let it, smile and wave, boys. Magnus says, I feel this is a personal attack. iPad changes every word you type. Oh, no. That's what Moss does? Wow. Let's see. I want to put that there. So what were you saying? Something about a delay earlier?
A delay?
Oh, I thought you said something about the word. I thought I heard you say delay earlier when you were talking. But
If I did, I don't remember.
I thought maybe you saw a sign that was saying delay because of, I don't know, make up sign here.
Oh, no, like, I'm just literally sitting in traffic, and I was looking at my GPS to try to figure out what's causing the traffic. And because usually you can kind of scan ahead a little bit, and it might have like a road construction icon, or there might be like a little wreck symbol or whatever. There's nothing. There's no reason I can see why there's so much traffic. So who the hell knows?
Wow. Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already a long drive to get to my work, and then when you add traffic to it, it's just like, man, why? I've been applying to like so many tech work from home jobs, but those positions are like, there's like thousands of people applying to each one, so it's like you're a drop in the bucket.
Yep. Yeah, I've been trying to look out for things for like Tomix and some other people I know who are still looking for stuff, and it's brutal.
It ain't good.
Nope. It's kind of sucky.
But Legend Seeker goes the way that I would love it to go. Maybe that'll be a work from home opportunity.
That would be cool. You could lord over everybody from your spider-filled basement.
Oh man, I'm so tired of the damn. It's not even like my basement's gross. Like, I don't know how to. It's a basement, so there's bugs in there. But for whatever reason, they're attracted to my desk while I'm streaming.
You could get one of the things that I shared with a few people yesterday. It's made in China, unfortunately, but it's a little laser thing that actually scans every second, like 5,000 times, and it can identify mosquitoes, and it hits them with a laser. And it's
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, that's kind of neat. They're like taking early orders for like $650 for the unit. I'm like, okay, that's expensive.
I don't know, man. Kind of worth it.
Well, and the thing is, I get tons of mosquitoes, and the thing I'm worried about is I think Chrysanthus was telling that is My worry is that, you know, it come in from China and they'd be like, here you go, I get it. And it's like basically a laser pointer that's doing a really good job of pointing at the mosquitoes for me. Like, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. And the mosquitoes are like, you see a light? I saw a light.
I found it. It's a wreck. That's what's causing all this trouble.
Oh, there is a wreck and they didn't have it on this thing. Okay, got it.
Apparently nobody reported it.
Great.
But yeah, I got like 4 types of bugs in my basement. I got spiders. I got those little bugs with the little pincers on their butts.
Okay, yeah.
And then the ones I really hate are the silverfish. Wait, is that what they're called? The long
earwigs.
centipede-looking thing.
Oh, well, the earwigs are the little ones with the little pinchers, but they might be silverfish, the longer ones. I mean, there are centipedes, but
So the pincer one's a different one, but then the third type of bug I have is this long, creepy-looking centipede-looking thing with like really thin, wispy legs, and it wiggles unnaturally. I hate that bug so much. The demon.
We got to make a
And
demon.
Those are the
that
3
looks like
main
that.
ones. And then I randomly had when I was streaming, was that with you guys or was that Crimson Throne? I can't remember which. One of them, like a little gnat flew into my coffee. It's the first time I've seen one of those. But generally it's the other 3. It's the spiders, the weird centipede, demons, and what was the other one? Oh, the earwigs.
The earwigs, yeah. They're not fun. I mainly have spiders. I usually leave them alone down here in the basement because then they catch like any other little bugs that come around. But occasionally they'll just, you know, a spider will come down in front of me and I'm like, what? What do you want? Down here. They don't fall in my coffee though. I don't know.
Yeah. What are the odds, man, of that happening twice? What are the odds? I just don't understand.
Well, I would suggest from now on, you just get some bar coasters and just set one on top of your cup.
It's not a bad idea. I probably should.
Often, if I think there's something flying around, I'll just take a paper towel or something and just set it on top of there and just leave it. It's
kind of like just the overall odds of like it specifically happening while I'm on stream in my coffee. Just weird. Kind of the same thing with that. I statted out the moon skull, and its very first roll was a 36.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What are the odds?"
What are the odds?
That specific monster on its first roll getting that specific number. Like, it would have been one thing if it was a totally different monster, like, I don't know, a velociraptor or something. But literally the mascot of my channel, where this meme came to life, on its first roll gets a 36. That just seems like, I don't even know.
Well, take it this way. That means you're supposed to be doing this book then, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that's true.
Mm-hmm. Fun times. Fun times ahead for all the 36s. Are you going to put something special in the game that something horrible happens to people when they get 36 on anything? Or are we just going to, you know, are you going to try not to call attention?
I put some subtle nods to 36 in the lore. For one, if I can work it out this way, there's not going to be a page 36 in the book.
I know you have it in the keepers. I know you have it in the keepers. In their
yes, and then there's some numerology that goes into the keeper lore, 3s and 6s. That you'll learn about more as you actually play adventures. That's not really going to be so much it's not going to be in the rule book per se. But as you play adventures and uncover things about the keepers and their old sites and stuff, to start to get that kind of lore. So I make nods to things, but I try to do it in a way that's not like overly jokey. So that, you know, a normie or somebody who's learning the game for the first time isn't like, I don't get it. But, you know, somebody who's been around since this channel existed and stuff, they'll understand it's a little nod to them and where we come from.
Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining, and it shouldn't be too confusing. Yeah, I don't know how the the page 36 thing works, because depending on who you get for printing stuff, I'm assuming they'd have to set up a special rule or something, but I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I figure there's got to be a way to do it. I don't know exactly how. I mean, I guess if you just don't automate it, because I mean, obviously, if you can set up a rule at the bottom to have an automated page number in the footnote, but I guess if you just made it manual entry only, it would be pretty easy.
Yeah. So, there's got to be a way to do it. Says what you're saying. I can crochet coasters to the top that look like a frog. That would catch all your spiders for you. See, this is how it works.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't like them. I don't bother them. I don't kill them. No, I'm not like that, but I wish they would reciprocate and just not bother me.
That's not going to happen. The spiders want you. I just put more hot sauce in my coffee. That's why if you hear slurping noises, it's me stirring it into the coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. What was I? Oh, that's right. Would you say it is fair to say Tranquillium is where those judged to be peaceable, gracious, and non-wicked are sorted? Because right now I have the people who are worthy of an eternity of holy peace and light are sorted in the Celestium. So Tranquillium is more like peaceable, they're gracious, they're just not wicked.
Yeah, they're for the most part, the people there are probably people who've lived a pretty unremarkable life, but weren't bad people.
Mm-hmm.
It's your average shopkeep or whatever probably is where you're going to find people there.
Do you think Tranquillium would be more crowded than Infernus, or do you think Infernus would be more crowded?
That's a tough call. I still think Infernus would probably be more crowded.
Kind of where I was going here, because it's easy to be.
Because there's more.
Wicked.
For one, there's more. Not the entity keepers, but more like there's more staff in Infernus. There's devils everywhere.
Mm.
So that alone already makes the population probably bigger, but also all the creatures who are strictly evil. They're going to go straight to Infernus, right? So they're not even going to get Tranquillium or Celestium as an option. Whereas the morally, or the races that have more of a moral spectrum, right? They'll be divided. They're not going to get clumped in one place or the other.
Interesting. So that is interesting. So you're saying that there are definitely creatures that would not even get a chance to be sorted by Mordecai. We know where you're going.
Yeah, there are just some creatures that are by default evil.
Cool.
Unfortunate for them, their creators have created them specifically for an eternity of damnation. Let me in, you piece of crap.
Oops, there we go, sorted. Look at us as a group. Why do you think they're jaded, Crescent? What? Those people. Not us. Not us. You're talking about Chad, of course. I mean, Rudai and I are totally normal people. Don't tell my secret. Yes.
I guess you could make a case. I'm not sure on this, but you guess you could make a case for Celestium that if you're a paragon of your deity's ideals, even if you specifically served an evil god, that they might be able to make a case on your behalf to send you to Celestium. But I don't know how I feel about that yet. I need to think on that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that if you serve an evil god and you do a great job, sure, you might end up in Infernus, but you might end up in middle management.
Yeah, yeah, or yeah, maybe there's some sort of boon to it.
Yeah. Like maybe in that
maybe
case, you become like a minor noble. Like you're given like a little area. It's like, good job, my faithful servant. Torture them for me. That part is yours.
Yeah, I think that could be good. That could be another way to do it. You come back as a devil instead of a damned soul.
Yeah.
In the afterlife.
They send you back like Spawn. Wait, no.
So I guess in a sense, Infernus could be the Celestium for evil.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could think about
Paragons
it.
of evil. And that could be how devils are made.
Yeah. I suppose you could do the same thing for anybody who follows like a relatively like peaceable, gracious, whatever lifestyle that doesn't make sense for them necessarily go to Celestium. They could be like more powerful in Tranquillum. Interesting to think about. Cool.
Yeah, we'll probably explore that stuff more. Like for at least the opening setting book, really all that's important for them to know is what happens to you after you die.
Yep.
The nitty gritty stuff we can explore in more of the Nether Realms splat book or something.
Yeah. That would be fun. I don't remember. How do you spell Adretus? Do you remember off the top of your head?
It's like Dread ES.
So there is an E in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just put it in this way. If it's mistyped, I'll
I'd go copy paste it for you, but
that's fine.
I get yelled at.
Yeah, don't do that. So was that wreck you passed not too bad of a wreck, or was it pretty bad?
It didn't look bad in the sense of damage. Like there's no twisted and totaled vehicles, but it was like 3 cars, and one of them had like a trailer on the back or something. They were all pulled over to the side, and there was like 4 cops. I don't know.
Okay.
Enough to make everybody else's life miserable.
Thought Pit featured middle management.
I don't think anybody died.
Oh, that's good. Damsel count all the single stitches in king-size blankets. I did that as a gift and it took ages. Oh boy. Wow. So wait, that's the evil realm is just making somebody do crochet. That's evil, man. We were just thinking about eternal torture, not that's mean. Making him count the sand on a beach. There we go. Be sent here. There we go. I worked it out. Let's see. Save most. Sand is worst. And well, it could be. I've never had to count grains of sand, so I don't know. I can imagine, though. Imagine. Message. What did I get for a message?
So the paladins and clerics I have left, I need to do Zakul. I need to do the cleric version of Bolvath.
Hmm.
I need to do Grix. And I need to do Arendor and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are what I have left in terms of getting those talent trees sorted out. And I'm kind of torn on how I want the Grix one to work. So I really want to play with like fear, but also trickery.
Yeah. I mean, he is the god of trickery, you know, more malicious trickery. Yeah, so that makes sense. And fear seems to have come kind of later to him when he made his choices, but makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm thinking for. I'm not sure which one. The cleric or the paladin. I'd like one of them to have the fiery mantle.
Hmm.
And when they summon it, it's sort of like the kind of like the dragon's fear effect. When everybody sees it, it makes a roll against their will, and if they fail, they become frightened, sort of thing.
Right.
And then for the trickery, I just don't know how I want to do the paladin side of it, but I think for the cleric side of it, I'm gonna try doing some spell suite manipulation type stuff.
Hmm. That could be fun. So not necessarily trickery in the idea of illusions and misdirection necessarily like that, but kind of like being able to swap your spells around.
I'm thinking more like, did you play Magic the Gathering?
When it first came out for like a year or so, and that was it. So a long time ago.
Do you remember how black decks worked with like discarding hands and that sort of stuff?
Gimli, yes.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Something
Okay.
along the lines of being able to do things like, do this or use a mana tap or whatever. If you exceed their will defense, select a spell from their hand and remove it from spell memory. Something like that.
Got it. Okay.
Or being able to redirect targets of spells by using, because he did a lot of like illusion and shape changing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
That'd be fun.
I'm just trying to think of a way to make it work mechanically.
Psychots' talent trees? With this straight face. Yep, the classes each have talent trees they can mess around with.
Who asked that?
Psychot 100. Psychot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So everything's kind of done around talent trees. We don't really do the subclasses, so it's kind of like build your own subclass in a way, but you can go all in on the talent tree, which is like having a dedicated subclass. It's up to you.
That's where you get to do the fun stuff that normally people like double or triple or quadruple dip in other classes and stuff, but this is keeping you in a wide class bubble.
Yeah, it can get pretty interesting. You can mix and match and kind of create your own thing, or you can go all in on a specific idea and see how it goes.
Magnus says, "Wait, you can have cleric with Grix? Counter? Disbrew likes them. Disbrew hates Counterspell. I mean, in a way, Counterspell is stupid, but I know why they added it. It's just always kind of like, okay.
Yeah, so Orin has Counterspell. The Orin Paladin has Counterspell.
Damn you, Orin Paladins.
The Orin Paladin's interesting. I would like to see somebody play that build and mess with it.
I'm very interested in actually playing a cleric or a paladin in one of the tests at some point because I love the idea of like the benedictions. I love the idea of some of the other bits and pieces. I think it'd be fun. Would be cool.
Oh, and then I gotta do the Paladin for Senna. I've got the cleric for Senna done,
Excellent.
but I haven't done the Paladin.
Okay. In these. Oop. Fun times. Are you ready for us to all have to make new characters in Strange Eons because we get killed by one floppy fish thing that somehow gets onto the deck and we can't kill it? I'm just, asking for a friend.
I think you guys will be fine.
Yeah, I
It's
was
probably
surprised.
the least dangerous thing in this book. I'll say that.
I was just surprised that I'm not surprised because I was telling somebody I'm not surprised that when Godwin went that he didn't manage to take one out because I'm like, oh, we got a lot of benefits and he's got a lot of points to spend, so he's gonna be able to soak, and if he rolls 8, yeah, he'll be able to soak it. There's 7 of them converging on Daybreak. You'll be fine. Daybreak. It's just push them over the edge with your broom.
Not well distributed between the players. All the heavy, like, we can take damage people are on the left side, and all the frail people are on the right.
No spoilers, Magnus.
And then Daybreak specifically, huh?
No, I was just, Magnus says, no spoilers. Well, it's one little tiny thing. It's not too big.
Okay, I won't say anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just say the distribution of players in this battle, not great.
we gotta do something about that. Yeah, I was hoping you'd be able to take one of them out and then just fly over there, but I'm like, well, that didn't happen. Oh well.
Yeah.
Dave says, when are second round of playtests coming?
They will be announced. Just keep your eyes peeled. If I already knew the dates, I'd have already posted them. I just I don't know right off the top of my head. It'll most certainly be after my trip, which is not this weekend, but the weekend after. There's no point in me starting to play test and then going away for a week and then coming back.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I gotta announce the poll. You guys picked both the paladin and the cleric as the top choice. I think I'm gonna have to divide that up because I'd like to have the divine casters in 2 separate tests.
Yeah, it makes sense. That way you can focus on the distinct nature of each one of them.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna probably do the cleric in the first playtest, and then take the next 3 runner-ups, and then we'll put the paladin in the last one.
That works. Oh, I got that thing in there.
If you are a Patreon subscriber, I did just do a Patreon exclusive stream making some monsters. Those monsters may or may not have anything to do with the upcoming playtests.
I think you should use some of the monsters that Boss was working on. Just throw them at a first level group of players.
Yeah, that would be really good. Yeah.
Might not end well. Maybe.
It definitely won't end well if Dave's in the group.
Oh, Dave.
Could you imagine putting Dave in front of a holy archon?
Yeah, no.
That whole group's getting smited, man.
But then again, in the playtest you had, you've nearly killed. Let's see, Sassy. I think you nearly killed. Let's see, did you almost kill 3 people in that group in that one thing? Or was it only 2 people you almost killed that night? I don't remember.
I think it was only 2. I don't think I got anybody that bad. Somebody did go unconscious in an earlier group, but at the end they weren't really ever in any danger because the rest of their team was in really good shape. I did almost one-shot Chrysanth.
With the as a character with the most hit points of the whole group and the best armor.
Yeah, that's where that cascading comes into play, man. It's great when you get it. It's not so great when the monsters get it.
Correct. Don't like it. Not a fan. It hurts.
That being said, player crits will probably tend to be better than monster crits because you get a lot of talents and stuff that add all sorts of shit to your attacks. Whereas monsters generally only have 1 or 2 modifiers. But yeah, that was the damage just kept acing, and I was like, oh my god. And she was like, if you didn't want me to be in the playtest, you could have just said so.
That sounds just like her.
Yeah, I think it does. I have a great Chrysanth impression.
She just gave you the straight face. You should be used to critting my characters. He does have practice, yes. Well, Erudia is very good at hitting certain people's characters really often. Like when we played the Dragonlance campaign, I think that first fight we were in on the hill, that mock battle, when that big ogre guy came out, that is, I think you almost one-shotted my paladin, the first attack in the game.
Yeah, that ogre was mean, man.
He was a jerk.
Yeah, it didn't help that the game kind of sets you up because you go in thinking it's going to, well, I don't know if I want to spoil that for everybody who might play it, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
You go in a certain way thinking that's one thing, and then you're disadvantaged.
Yep. Oh, man. But we survived. Yay.
Chrysanth usually gets the better of me in most games, but in that playtest, but then also in the Wednesday game. There's a private Wednesday game. For some reason, she has the character with the highest armor class. She's a paladin, but she gets hit the most. It's just the dice are like, oh, it's Chrysanth. You know what? We will roll a 26.
Get her! Yeah, that's not good.
It makes no sense.
You just need to be Rolf.
Dave just gets the better of Dave.
Well, Dave makes choices. Hi, Dave.
Oh, man.
I was still shocked that you did not hit Rolf with, what was it that was even, I can't remember what was attacking him, but I was like, okay, you didn't hit it all. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, sometimes the dice are just not with me, which is pretty much most of the time. Although somebody else who has really bad luck is Kaio.
Oh.
Kaio was in one of my private games, and he played a wizard. I swear he was unconscious like every fight. Every fight he was unconscious for at least half of it. And his spells would like always fail. Or he had this one spell he wanted to use, Sickening Radiance. It never worked. The whole campaign, he tried to use that spell over and over again, and it just literally would never work. I felt bad. And it wasn't just the fights. Like there was this one place they went to where the sky was all made of like mirror.
Okay.
And if the players look at the mirror, they have to roll for a random, kind of like a madness, like something bad happens to them. And some of them are, whatever, like you babble for 5 minutes, or your weight drops in half because you look like you're skinny in the mirror, like something like that. But he got one that said you turn boneless.
Oh, jeez.
His character just turns into a puddle of skin and gear. And then right after that, the party triggered a fight, so he was just lying on the ground as a pile of skin.
Did he get better?
They eventually wears off. It like has a time limit, but a minute in combat's 10 rounds. I want to say it was like a 5-minute effect or something. So he was just stuck like that until the combat was over. I felt so bad for him.
Wow. Well, I'm glad the boneless wore off, because that makes adventuring really difficult. Just saying.
and it's Kaio, so he's always like very mild mannered, but he's like, it's all right, these things happen. I'm like, if that was me, I'd be raging. I'd be like, why me?
They happen to you, Kaio. They happen to you. Kaio Dice is a real thing. Yeah, Kaio Dice is a real thing. I mean, he attacked us with a lot of stuff in the Cyberpunk campaign and managed to really mess up Circus's character, but that's because Circus's character ran into the middle of the fight and everybody else was at range. And the rest of us were like, huh, it wasn't too bad. Meanwhile, Circus is like, my arm is broken, my skin is all burned off. Good job, Kyle.
Oh, man, he does seem to have better luck on the GM side of the table compared to me.
Yeah, you've got problems occasionally. I'm just saying, if you didn't have as many bennies as you had sometimes on the Friday night game, then oof, I think we would have cleaned up some of these fights a little more clearly, because your rolls have not been fantastic most of the time, unless you're killing Moss.
Yeah, pretty well. And, sometimes Moss kind of did that to himself, but yeah. My rolls are often trash. That's why whenever there are like one or two people that were like, hard choices is unfair, I'm like, I don't see how. I was like, one, usually by the end of the session, I don't even get to use all the bennies I collected because I'm getting them delayed, right? I get my bennies on the second half of the show, essentially.
Yeah.
And I said, but even then, when I use them, I still fail. I can have 20 bennies, but when only 2 of them give me a positive result, it's like, who cares?
That is true.
It's like, oh man. Noelle kind of had the same problem. I remember one show of Mummy's Mask, she had literally 30-something bennies, and she spent all of them and failed and like succeeded on like 2 or maybe 3 of the benny uses. She was so mad. And I remember JT being like, why did Jack give her all those bennies? This isn't fair. We're all going to die. And then by the end of it, he was like, oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. Exactly. Well, see, the thing is, I've been running games for a long time, and I really can have just extended periods where I can do real wrong as a DM. And that will really skew things. So I've learned on the fly to adapt a lot of the adventures. Like, okay, they're getting their asses kicked. I have to tone this down or change this so they don't all die if they persist, that's your own fault. But bad dice rolls killing them, it's like, feels a little bit punishy. So a lot of times I would keep my dice just hidden. And after a while, guys are like, wow, we're doing really well. I was like, could you just show us your dice? I was like, do you really want to see my dice? I'm like, okay. And they're like, you critted on me. I'm like, yes, I did. You critted on me again. Yes, I did. You critted on me again. Yes, you did. I'm like, you really want to see these? You're like, kind of not. Maybe.
Yeah. I tend to let the dice go where they lay. If it's clear the party's gonna TPK, there might be a narrative thing that happens, but generally what the dice do, the dice do. And I try to basically do the I call it the Negan effect, where somebody's going to be the example, but then I narratively come up the way for the, yes, you failed, and it was technically a TPK, but this is going to be a prison break, or something like that.
Yeah.
Then there's some things where it's like I don't really have a narrative option. Like if you're being torn apart by a pack of wolves, they don't take prisoners exactly. So
That's very true. Yeah, when I'm dealing with non-intelligent things or instinct-based creatures, I'm like, you guys are on your own at this point. But I ran, I don't even know how many campaigns I've run in Rollmaster over the years. Many, 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 many dozens. And I have killed, one of the guys told me I had killed 37 of his characters over the 20 some years we've been playing Rollmaster. And he kept all the sheets. And he wrote down who killed them. And what killed them. Like which GM and what manner of death. So he had it all from years past. I'm like, great. He wrote down one of them. He's like, Frost got a 312 open-ended crit on me. I'm like, I remember that. He's like, yeah, that sucked. Because in that game, you can open-end your crits. And, they're horrifying.
yeah, there's a death that sticks out in my mind. I remember the player was very upset about it, and they begged me to retcon it. And I ended up sticking to my guns, but there was a piece of armor, and they'd already discovered what was bad about it. All right, so the party had figured out that this armor, when you put it on, it's a very good armor. Okay, it's magical armor. It gives you a significant boost, and it gives you some other advantages and stuff too. But when you initially put it on, it injects you with 100 spikes and poisons you.
Mm.
And it deals some crazy amount of poison damage. It was I want to say 12 d6 or 12 d8 poison damage. So odds are you're gonna die.
Yeah, wow.
But if you survive it, it's really good armor. So this guy knew this, but he really wanted the benefits of that armor. So he told everybody, guys, I'm going to put it on. They're like, I don't think you should do this. He's like, no, I'm going to do it. I have a plan. And they were like, you realize how much damage this does? He's like, no, trust me. I know what I'm doing. I've got a plan. This is going to work. And then he put it on. It killed him. And he was like, I'm going to use this. And I was like, what do you mean? What's that going to do? He's like, oh, well, this will blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no. I don't think that does what you think it's going to do. You just took 120 poison damage. And then he instantly died. And he killed himself putting armor on, and he was so mad.
Mm.
And he was like, I didn't know it was going to do that. Can't we just retcon it? I was like, I don't think so, man. It's you had plenty of warnings. Everybody tried to tell you that's not how it worked. If I retcon for you, I've got to retcon anytime somebody dies.
Yeah, because people...
I think we're at the let one stand.
Well, people don't want to, realize the consequences of their actions sometimes.
It was funny, but it was also sad.
Yes.
It's a funny memory, and I bring it up a lot, but He was so upset about it. I can't remember if that's one of my current players or if it was somebody who stopped playing a long time ago. I'm trying to remember.
Right after that, weirdly enough. Psychon, what do you mean? What is a Mercer effect? I don't know what that is.
The
Rollmaster's
Mercer
TP.
effect, Matt Mercer's play style, very narrative and sort of. He kind of plays player type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Very rule of cool. He's very, very, very rule of cool.
Okay, that guy. Yeah.
He's rule of cool to the point he's very rule of cool to the point your brain falls out. That's.
Yeah, I tend to let the dice do what they do and let people like live with the choices of their actions. If the dice are just being ridiculous, I'm like, okay, let's turn this into something fun or challenging. The good thing is, I mean, you have to have the trust of your players, because sometimes people will just be like, "You're doing this because you're railroading us." I'm like, okay, for one thing, stupid you just say that out loud for me, thank you. But also just let's have fun with this. Let's go somewhere with it. Let's tell a story, and then if you end up having your character die horrifically, oh no, it happened. But we could have fun with it, at least. I don't know. That's the point. I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah, I also hate the term railroading. I think it's grossly misused at large. And also, yeah, sometimes no matter what you do, the journey to get there might be different, but the end result's going to be the same, right? Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but like, maybe there's like a time-based thing or whatever, and you're fighting these monsters, the odds are overwhelming, and this person's going to fall off the cliff, and then whether you beat the monsters or not, they still fall off the cliff, and it's like, yeah, that was always going to happen, but the journey of you getting there was different.
Exactly.
Like, you didn't get defeated and watch your friend go down. You won the day, and then tragically still didn't get there. It changes the whole dynamic of how that feels. And that's not necessarily railroading. That's just storytelling.
Right. Yeah. Well, and people take it differently because they want to feel like their choices, matter, and they can do whatever they want. You have to give a framework, somewhat of a framework, at least, for what you're doing. If you go completely open world, then totally different style of game. There's a place for it, though. There is definitely a place for it. Have I ever heard of the spell Plasma Bolt and Nether Bolt? Yeah, there's some nasty stuff. The thing I was talking about was that chaos magic that goes downhill. And that is one of the things that our Rollmaster characters did, and it was a bad thing. It's a bad. Oops. That is here. Making myself a few notes here. My goodness.
I did disconnect.
Hey, you're there.
Like,
and he's roboted. We're hearing some noises. Oh, we heard lots of.
Am I deceased?
We heard lots of. Hey, bang. That was about it.
So I'm dead.
Well, no, you're there now.
Okay. All right. I was saying, so an example of something that I adjusted kind of on the fly was you guys in Strange Eons, that final fight in the manor.
Mm-hmm.
The walls are supposed to sweat a little bit. And some more Hounds of Tyndalos were to potentially arrive.
Oh, man.
And I ended up just cutting that. I was like, they've been beat down enough in this damn house.
Yeah. That place, we were there for what? It was in game. It was like a few hours or a day or something like that. It wasn't even a whole day. It was like many hours because we rested once. Or no, we didn't even rest. It just felt like we were there for an eternity because it was many sessions.
Yeah, a lot of sessions. I was like, yeah, you know what? The boss is doing good enough. And they already split the party in the middle of the room, so this will be enough a challenge without having to pull all these damn hounds out too. So I just kind of left them out of it. But that's generally, if I'm going to adjust, I'll kind of do it that way.
Yeah. And that's fun. Yeah, if I adjust things, a lot of times I'll deal with morale with creatures, like especially if they're not very clever creatures. Is the characters are doing enough damage or something, and they take down like, oh no, they got Grunk. He was our best fighter, and everyone's like, oh my, some of them are running, even if they felt like they were kind of getting a little overwhelmed. It's like, well, you got the guy with the nice armor and you took him out. Oh no, they're all like, oh no, if they can kill Grunk, they can kill all of us, or things like that. It's a fine point that you have to make.
I will say, especially at least in book 2, I'd have to kind of look ahead at the other books, but they really set it up so where I don't have that option. Because almost everything in that book, I don't know if have you ever read a Pathfinder adventure book?
I have not read one specifically. Nope.
So they usually put like the stat block of the NPC or the monster like in line with the text.
Okay.
And it'll have their stat block, their abilities, and then it'll have a tactics section afterwards. It'll be like, this creature will already have this power, this power, this power active. It will target spellcasters first, and if it gets down to 1 wound, it'll retreat. Like it like has a whole breakdown of how it should behave and think and whatever. Almost everything in this book is like, it will fight to the death. It will fight to the death. There's nothing that has any sense of self-preservation in that whole damn book.
Wow. Well, it's a good thing we're not also doing hard choice. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Whereas Curse of the Crimson Throne, there's lots of things that are like, if they're outnumbered or if their boss gets taken down or, something significant happens, it will shake their decision to remain in combat or whether they'll surrender or whatever.
Okay. I cast the spell Hashirama Cells. Now I'm immune to your poison armor and take 0 damage. I don't know what that is. Fury, I don't know what that is. Life is meaningless. Go out with a bang. You're talking geek. We are talking geek. Yeah, it's fun for different games depending on how you do things. Like I said, like playing Rollmaster, you can die. You can have a really nice character who can just die from a critical. It's like, oh well, you're dead. Let's go out with a bang.
Well, that is so. I did incorporate in Legend Seeker, getting back to the game we're actually writing.
Yeah.
You can use the skills in cool ways in combat. And I was kind of inspired on that with 3.5 and also a little bit with Star Wars. They had a lot of ways to use the skills in combat that were kind of neat.
Right.
So, like, for example, you can use forms of intimidation or persuasion in combat. And then and there's like a little chart that'll be like, if you're outnumbered, you get this modifier. If you get, if you're evenly matched, this, or if you outnumber them, get this bonus. And if you roll high enough against their will defense, they will surrender, presuming it's not an impossibility. Like if they might have something that's like they're a true believer, they don't, whatever. But like use the lackeys and minions back down or flee. That for example, the noble class is going to be really good at is being able to really just manipulate the battlefield and use persuasion tactics and actually use those skills, those technical abilities of the skills in combat. Uh, um, something more than just, swinging sword, cast assault. You got ways to use your skills too. Those can actually matter.
Yeah, and that's what I think is going to be a lot of fun for people, because it doesn't have to be just a simple, like, one kind of play style for all these different character classes. It's good. Options.
There's even stuff that I mess up. I wrote the damn thing, and I'll forget stuff or not know where I put it. And hold on one second here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, in the playtest, somebody was playing the noble, and one of the ways the noble gains momentum is demoralizing your opponent. And I was like, I swear I wrote the mechanics for demoralizing here somewhere, and we could not find them. And I was like, well, maybe I was just being vague. I thought I had a mechanic for this. I didn't have it in my document that we all write in. That's kind of like my secondary, and then I have my main one just in case something ever happens to, I don't know, one or something. And I had it in there, so I was like, oh, well, that would have been nice if I.
You just got to remember where you have all your notes
realize
now.
where that was. But yeah, I have made it. And I gotta go inside. So yeah.
All right.
But all right, I'm gonna leave you to it. And
sounds good.
I'll talk to you all later.
Later, Erudia. Have fun.
Bye.
You're all free. Or something like that. I don't think you can pay an enemy to join us. I don't know. Maybe. Like, hey, what's that guy paying you? What? Well, you look like you're worth at least 5 copper a day to me. What? I'm only getting 2 from him. That would be entertaining. Like, stop. Just fight him. Get him. Too late. There's even stuff that I mess up, so he finally admits it. Yes, Velrock. You brutally cut your head off during shaving in Rollmaster, especially if you roll 100 on a crit. Yeah, well, in the large creature criticals and things that you can open end, they just get crazy. And it just, they were just astounded when I did that, because I think I rolled a 99 or 100 on the first one. They're like, oh no. And then I think I got another 98 or a 99 to go on to the next. Then I think I got another, it was a 96, or it was right on the cusp. And they're like, oh my God, how are you doing this? And then I rolled like an 18 or a 15 or 20 or something like that, a low number. And they're like, oh, but it was already, it was bad. It was very bad, because it's like, you do 3 D slashing criticals and plus this, and the target is bleeding and this. I'm like, oh no. The reason they call it Chartmaster. Robot is fading. It's an anime thing. There's a character in Naruto who named Hashirama Senju. He's practically God, one of the main bad guys of the story. Is obsessed with getting the guy's DNA to make himself immortal. Oh, got it. On a fumble. Yeah. Okay. Fun times. Fun times. We're had by some people, I think. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, by the way, I saw today somebody sent me a note that there are now, or they're coming out to market soon, are spam hot dogs. So if you like it a spam, there you go. First leader is a noble whose cells were used by the villain to be extra superpowers. Naruto. Naruto. Meh. Is that Welsh? That sounds Welsh. I'm pretty sure that's a Welsh cartoon, right? Right now, I'm just picturing so many people's heads just going, oh, Welsh cartoon. They're going to come for me. I know it. It's okay. I expect it. It's all right. I already picked on all kinds of people's stuff today. Writing and weird inability to learn from things. All kinds of crazy stuff. I might as well make fun of those Japanese moving picture comics. He doesn't look Japanese. There, I said it. Are any of them supposed to look Japanese? I thought they're all supposed to be in that weird kind of in between everything, kind of like a strange uncanny valley. Like isn't like Hello Kitty even supposed to be like a girl? Just a little girl and not actually a cat? My son's growl. My son's growl what I call anime cartoons. Oh, they growl when you call anime cartoons. Yeah, there's always, yeah, I enjoy doing it though. I mean, I also call action figures dolls just to see what people do. You know, all that stuff. He looks extra not Japanese. Hey, isn't that horse racing show, what the heck, I don't remember what it's called, but people are like, all the girls that are horses, are they supposed to actually be horses or are they supposed to be girls? Because I don't understand what kind of stuff they're even doing in those shows anymore. Because I played that damn pigeon dating simulator thing where you could have the people look like pigeon people or bird people, or you could have them look like just actual pigeons, and I didn't understand any of it. And I was confused by the whole thing. So I just don't know how that works. I can only growl when I hear the crappy English voice acting. Eric, my dolls are not action figures. Oh, wait. That was backwards. Wait. Hey, I watch a lot of TV and shows and series and stuff from other countries, and I don't speak the language, so I listen to all the English dubs. The subtitles help too, because you know that's what it's about. I just want the story. I don't care how I get it. Sorry, I'm looking at my note. Okay. All right, if I go back down here, where we were at, I got a bunch of stuff written for the afterlife stuff here. Oh wow, I've panned up quite a few pages here. I didn't mean to go that far. Should be right here. This is the page. Okay, I did name it right. Okay, good. We got to come up with a name for who is the kind of the caretaker of Celestium and kind of get that figured out. But I have a note for myself. It's a game. They are horse girls. Gotcha game. The horses are based on actual horses. I believe I remember that. But I mean, so you're saying, wait, they're supposed to actually be girls that are part horse? Why? I don't understand it. Why wouldn't they just make them horses? I don't get it. The same way that my nephew and niece were obsessed with one of those shows that had a character that was like an embodiment of each country that was just person that ran around. I'm like, really? Why? They're like, what do you mean why? Like, I don't understand. Don't sell snitch, Dave. Glad I don't know about it. I don't know anything about that. My Little Pony stuff. The fans will cut you. All insane and have weapons. Well, I'm not going to go near that at all either. Okay. What is this? I think there's a game for that horse racing thing too, isn't there? Muppets are not dolls or action figures. What? I think they're both because they're a doll that can be moved. It's action. Oh, by the way, I suppose it's almost. I should check the time here. Oh, we're almost out of time. Okay, I got a couple minutes left here. So we mostly gone over. We went over a whole bunch of DMing style stuff. Went over some specifics. I got a bunch of good notes over here, but I also have my entry on the Nether Realms now in here, which we'll expand upon because I know that Erudia was going to write something up as well, and I'll add that in here too. Okay. People are so stupid. I'm just saying people are stupid because somebody sent me a thing of people overreacting to getting a thing. They opened, you were talking about gotcha things. They're opening these little things and pulling these weird balls out that look like sort of like a dumpling, and they're going crazy if there was one that has glitter in it. And it literally to me is just like, okay, what are you going to do with that in a year? 2 months? And I just stare at them. But they're really happy about it. Uh-huh. I'm not even going to read that aloud, Dave. Nope. Nothing. None of that. All right. So I'm going to be back here on Thursday doing more of this. I don't know if I'm going into the magic system. Maybe I'll come back to the Nether Realms here and talk about the rulers. It depends on what I do in the meantime, what I write up. But yeah, I'll be back here on Thursday, assuming. Wait. Oh, nope. My late night meeting is tomorrow night, not Thursday night. So I will not have to miss. I had to move it this time. I will not have to miss Thursday because of a meeting. Yay. So there. You can do Muppetosis before the Erudia index case. Years ago, they found out how lead was making people dumber. Pretty sure in the next 10 years, they'll discover what's done. Yeah. They'll figure it out. And it's probably going to be AI. Oh, I knew what you meant. Yeared. All right. I'm going to get the heck out of here. So you all have a fun-filled evening. I don't think I'm doing my private game. Let me check. I just got a message. Or maybe we are. Let's see here. Dang it. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm having my game after this. So regardless, I may be streaming something. We'll see. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. In about, hour and a half on this channel, you can go see Seasons of Ghosts and watch Kyle try to futilely not feudally, as in a feudal lord, futilely attempt to kill the characters in the campaign. See if you can do it. All right, I'll talk to you later.